extremely well. Of course, he's played so many big matches throughout the course of his career. Nishikori's will be a little disappointed, but of course just the third final of his career, and I think rather than harping on about today's match, rather highlight what a great last couple of weeks it's been for him, doing so well in Asia, Kuala Lumpur, and of course in Shanghai. He's done fantastically well this week, beating the likes of Thomas Berdych, doing really well in defeating Novak Djokovic yesterday. It fell short of the ultimate goal, beating Federer in his own backyard. To Federer does so very well here again in Basel. It's been a wonderful run for Nishikori, but in the end Federer just too good. An hour and 12 minutes to defeat Asia's finest.
Yes, and it ends Federer's longest title drought right there since 2002. A 68th title for the Swiss maestro.
.43 match wins here now in Basel, which is the most that he has from any non-Grand Slam tournament. And of course that's it as far as the 500 series are concerned for this year. It started out in Rotterdam with Soderling. We really are missing Robin of late, of course, struggling with mononucleosis, and we wish him well. Hopefully he'll be able to join us in 2012 at the start of the season. But Roddick doing well in the States, and Novak Djokovic, of course, what an unbelievable season it's been for him. David Ferrer doing well in Acapulco, and of course Ferrer losing yesterday in the semis in Valencia, which is running concurrently with this event. They're doing battle as we speak. China was interesting. Thomas Berdych showed some excellent form, and Radek Stepanek, the oldest winner on the tour this season, winning in Washington. So we've had a nice mixed bag as far as the 500 series are concerned.
Yeah, it's been really good, isn't it? As you say, I thought probably almost the odd one out there a little bit is Radek Stepanek, isn't it? After his win in Washington, that win over Gael Monfils, slightly weaker field there, perhaps the weakest as far as the 500s go this year. This certainly, I think, the strongest.
Yeah, it certainly is. Dubai historically as well has a very good field. Novak Djokovic, in fact, prevailing against Roger Federer, memory serves. It's a tournament that Federer enjoys playing season upon season. Of course, he practices and spends a lot of time in Dubai, and it's always a happy hunting ground for him. But the way Novak has been playing this season, even Federer wasn't able to usurp the Serb. 11 of them in total, the 500 series, in fact, together with the 9 Masters 1000 events, plus the Barclays World Tour finals. Those are the elite events as far as the ATP World Tour is concerned. And the Masters 1000, of course, are mandatory, but for the top guys, they can pick and choose which of the 500s they want to play. And of course, they can get appearance money for these 500 series events, whereas that's not the case for the 1000 events.
Yeah, I think the official rulings, those in the top 30 end of the year, got to play 4, haven't they, Rob? And I think it's 1 after the US Open they have to play, I think, is the ruling. But as you see, it'll be the same schedule for next year. And of course, next year, Paris, it'll be 3 weeks in a row, because it'll be Basel, Paris and London. And a couple of weeks earlier, I think, the season finishing in 2012.
That was one of the goals of the ATP CEO, Adam Helfand, to try and shorten the season. And it's interesting, given the number of withdrawals it looks like we're going to have in Paris. You wonder what's going to happen to that Masters 1000 event, especially with it being right up against the Barclays World Tour finals next season. You know, there's the doubts about whether Djokovic is going to be healthy to play next week, whether Tipsarevic is going to play. Andy Murray's been ailing. So it'll be interesting next week and in the future for the Bercy tournament. But that is the 500 series as they've unfolded this year.
That's the scene in front of us here. You can see the trophy, the big trophy in the middle there of your shot. And cameras at the ready here inside the Jakobshavn. They'll rip the court up, I'm sure, in the next couple of days, get rid of it. It's a multi-purpose arena, as we were saying. So used for all sorts of different things.
Well, this is what the guys are playing for today. 318,000 euros for the week's work for the champion. And it hasn't been a bad week for Nishikori either. Of course, his many sponsors will be delighted about his exploits of late. Semi-finalist also getting a healthy chunk of change. And just to give you an idea of what you get just for showing up here in the first round, a little over 9,000 euros for somebody who loses in the first round. So it's a pretty darn good gig if you can get it.
Not too bad, is it, at all? Not too bad at all. But of course, plenty of hours of work go into that. It's a lifetime's work that goes into what these guys do, of course. We're just being held up ever so slightly. We're awaiting the trophy ceremony. And very shortly we'll be hearing from both men. So the trophy ceremony gets underway. Always do things expertly here. Very efficient, of course. The ball boys and ball girls making their way out first of all. As Federer wishes he has a bit of pizza, I think, doesn't he, with the ball boys and ball girls after his wins. Tends to be the case. Federer, whose name is now, will be adorning that trophy 5 times. That's Roger Benval, the man who owns this tournament. What a fantastic job. Another wonderful field assembled here again this year. Could not really have asked for any more, you feel. And he's got the champion that he wanted as well. I think quite happy for Kai today. What's the week has been the first final at this level as well. New ground broken for him. Nudging the top 20, seeded as well. The Australian Open. One more week's worth of work for Kay. Been here before.
Die Siegerehrung wird nun vorgenommen von Herrn Roger Brennwald, Präsident der Swiss Indoors Basel. Runner-up und Finalist der Swiss Indoors Basel 2011, Kei Nishikori.
So it's the man who has had such a good autumn, perhaps only second maybe to Andy Murray as far as his post-US Open run's concerned. Exceptional tennis, a breakthrough couple of months for Kei Nishikori. And what a nice guy to boot as well. A lovely smile, a respectful handshake with the man who's in charge here. And of course he owes his man a number as well, because it was Roger Benval that gave him a wild card here this week. Wouldn't have been here thanks to the man whose hand he's just shaken. And repaid with a good run.